when you play online, you know, find situations here. So like, let's say you are a Ryu player. Let's say you play Ryu, and you're one of the many people out there who hate Bison to death, and you're like, this guy is so cheap, right? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to Ryu. So this is a real world scenario here. So I'm going to go to Ryu and I'm going to pick my opponent as Bison. But here's the situation here, right? So I'm going to test, because I hate the scissor kick, right? So I'm going to come over here and just go to dummy settings, player record. I'm going to record and do low strong, short scissor kick. Now I'm going to record low strong roundhouse scissor kick. Alright. Now I'm going to go back out, go to playback settings, play this, play this. I'm going to play number one. I'm going to show you why. Because short, oh, you know what? Let me do this instead. Let me record this. I'm going to record slot one again, which is low strong, short scissor kick into low strong again. In fact, I'm going to do stand strong instead. There you go, like that, right? Now I'm going to record this one as low strong roundhouse scissor kick. Whoops. Low strong roundhouse scissor kick, back strong. Back strong is really slow, isn't it? Let's do low forward instead. But what I'm showing you right now is how to craft a test. I'm making this up on the spot as we go. So I'm going to do low strong short scissor kick, low forward, like that. Now I'm going to do low strong roundhouse scissor kick, low forward. The reason why I'm doing all this here, and I'm going to set playback one on, is that the short scissor kick is actually negative for Bison. I should be able to win my low forward kick afterwards. Like that. See? My low forward kick should win. So anytime I recognize that he's doing a short scissor kick, I will know to try to counter him. So if I block short scissor kick, I know I'm going to try to counter him. And in fact, I'm pretty sure that short scissor kick is punishable. Whoops. Use two buttons, please. Yes, see, there you go. He couldn't even block in time. Or maybe, and yeah, it wasn't a counter hit. It wasn't a counter hit. So you know that's just a raw punish right there. So if I can learn to recognize that when Bison does a short scissor kick, I know how to punish it, right? However, roundhouse scissor kick is safe on block. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this off, turn this on. So now Bison is going to do roundhouse scissor kick. Right? Okay, so that was a counter hit. He got a chance to do low forward. What happens if I try to do my low forward? Oh, I guess my low forward is just faster than his low forward. His low forward is just really slow. But he's safe on block, right? See, that's a counter hit, which means if I record M. Bison to do nothing afterwards, let's do that instead. Again, I'm making this whole thing up as I go, but it's really cool to see how my mind is working on this. So I'm just going to block like this afterwards. So now I go back to playback, and if he does low strong roundhouse scissor kick, he's completely safe on block. My 3-frame EX uppercut cannot punish him. Whoops. There you go, reversal, and I can't punish him. So you're thinking to yourself, my god, this character's so cheap. Why can't I do anything to this character, right? Let's see. There we go, reversal, blocked, right? But here's the thing. If you notice something, low strong and a roundhouse scissor kick is not a combo. It's not a combo at all. So Bisons are going to try to stay in by doing roundhouse scissor kick because they're safe. But it's not a true hit. It's not a true combo, which means it's not a true block string. So I can hit him in between that. Right? So if I know that I can hit him in between that, let's try just the medium uppercut. I can beat that, right? So I can beat that roundhouse up option. But now let's go back to playback, turn this off and turn this on. What happens if I try to strong uppercut this? Nothing. Nothing happens because it's a true block string. Right? So if I have a true block string and I try to uppercut in between it, and I block, now I know I can counterattack like this. So if I turn on both options, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to uppercut, and if I don't get the uppercut, I'm going to counter him with my low forward. Did I forget to turn it on? It's on. Man, this randomizer is really wonky, I'll tell you that much. Really? You're only doing number one? Come on. Dude, he is not doing number two at all. He's only done number one. What? Seriously? Bison, you need to do number two. Who does number two work for? So now I can uppercut it, but if he does number one, then I just block. And I uppercut in this situation. But I know I can beat that now, because I have advantage in that situation, etc., etc. So this is a way that you can use this testing here. So if you ran into a Bison online and he keeps doing that to you, now you can come here, record that situation, figure out how to counter it, figure out a way to stop it. Now, a lot of people are saying, you know, Bisons won't actually do that. But if I was a Bison player and you weren't countering me and I was getting away with it, I'm just going to do this all day and beat you up. You have to prove to me that you can stop it, right? I mean, smart Bisons are going to use Stand Fierce. So let's record that really quick. Smart Bisons are going to use Stand Fierce into the roundhouse scissor kick. And I'm pretty sure that's a true block string. Oh, it's not a true block string. So nothing canceled into the roundhouse scissor kick is a true block string. So there you go. So anytime he scissors, cancels off of scissors, you can try to uppercut it. And if you block it for sure, then you know that you have advantage kind of a situation. So there you go. Yeah, so a lot of Bisons may not do that. But my whole point is I'm just trying to illustrate if you play online and you run into something that someone does repeatedly and you can't seem to find a way to stop it, come to training mode. There's so many tools for you to use to be able to figure out how to beat things, how to stop things, how tight your block strings are, how efficient your frame traps are. So for example, let's do another example here. So low jab, stand strong. You notice it's not a combo, right? Because it's not a combo, that means it's good for frame trap. So I'm going to record Bison to do a low jab. Reversal low jab, right? So there we go. So now I have a reversal low jab. So I'm going to turn this on, set him to all guard, and I want to see if this is a good frame trap. And it is, because he is jabbing on the first frame possible. But if I time this low jab into back strong, he gets counter hit. So I can get nice hard knockdown combos, for example. So again, you can do so much with this training mode to figure out a lot of ways to defeat things, way to fight things, way to take advantage of stuff. You can find out cool tricks for yourself. You can find good setups. So you can find out what's safe or not. There's so much you can do with this training mode. It really has a lot of very, very great options in here. But that's pretty much all I had for training mode. I was going to go through some tips at the end, but I kind of interspersed them throughout, such as the mirror match option, such as you know, if you are using a joystick and you don't want to remap your buttons, going to always leaving your cursor here so it's always easy to restart things. But outside of that, yeah, those are some really good ways to use training mode now. So this is, you're going to be able to do a lot of stuff in this game just with training mode. You're going to be able to figure out a lot of different ways to take advantage of training mode and get a lot of power out of it. It's really, really useful. It's hard for me to explain just how useful and how much time a lot of the top players spend in training mode. Like, they spend a lot of time in there just repetitively doing stuff. And it's not just testing combos. It's finding out what they can do in all these situations. And some of these tools, these recording options, we didn't have any of these. Like, literally in Street Fighter 4, to test a wake-up EX uppercut, I would just wait for a second and then just start mashing uppercuts and hope that I get a reversal. And then what I would do is I would sweep the dummy, and then I just hope the reversal would come out. Now it's all like programmed into the game and such. So really very useful tool. You have to make sure you take advantage of this if you really want, if you're serious about doing well online. This is a very, very useful tool to have. And so when you're waiting for matches, I honestly suggest that you always play in training mode. Because whatever happens in training mode, whatever happens in the match, you can come back into training mode and test things. Obviously, if you want to test things against certain characters, you have to do character select and such like that. But it's a great way to spend the time between matches while you're waiting, because there's so many things you can test. There's so many things you can do in training mode. You can figure out so much stuff.